Good morning, traders, and welcome to today's breakdown. So today's on Tuesday, June 16th, June 2026. We'll be doing a trade recap on yesterday price action. That's on 15th June on a Monday. Then a forecast on today's price action on what we will be expecting. So yesterday, as you can see, price didn't give me something clear to work with. Quite ranging inside the internal range. That's on GU. Same as on EU, data presented an opportunity, but I was not aligned with my trading system, so didn't execute. But on XAU, I did manage to get a 5RR quick target. That's almost towards the end of my trading session, which was aligned with my system now. So So on gold, that is, the swing was bearish, internal was bullish to facilitate the swing pullback. So when price was around this, that yesterday I walked to price around this area here. All I wanted to see was now continuation, so I waited for that pullback into the zone here, and then wanted to play that pullback at least to target that immediate internal high, the weak high, this one here. But I waited for more confirmation, and now was not tagged. But I mapped the case study. It was around this one. I mapped it as my case study. Let me zoom in here so that you can see. So this was now the trade idea. Pullback, mitigation of the 15 zone, liquidation of those lows, change of character. Then immediately after the change of character, we had now that tap. So for me, I wanted to see break and close above the zone, confirming that now the momentum is there to the upside, and now I refined my entry to that single candle because I wanted to have a lesser sell. I wanted my stop loss to be less, so I adjusted my sell to that lower zone, and you can see I wasn't target, but you can see the price tag to the zone, immediate B, and flew a quick one to the TP. So later during the day, there was now this build up now towards the New York Open. Price swept that, pulling back into the range, and now I wanted to execute this just as a continuation flip zone. Enough of sell side liquidity line there. You can see price pullback mitigated one of the zone after sweeping enough liquidity according to it. So also didn't get involved. So that was also a missed limit. But for this one was supposed to be a winning trade. Journal that according to me. So later towards the end of the day, the M15 swing high had a liquidation. Then now the internal price action shifted bearish. You can see here now liquidation of that high, change of order flow, and now I went to execute my trade there. That was now my M1 trade idea, and went in manually around this one, tap, went break even, and took a quick 5RR around this one towards this low, since my trading day was ended there, and made something very good out of that. So for today, also on gold, the swing is still bearish. Internal has now shifted bearish according to me. So now the swing and internal are now both aligned. I'm waiting for at least a pullback back into this internal range. Around the zone, you can see no clear PA. No clear zone to trade from. So I want to see at least if price pull back into that zone and now shift bearish, now we can have a clear zone to trade from, targeting that low, these lows. And if you are that of a swing trader, you can hold to target all the way to the swing low. So yeah, today I'm interested in sales. That's on gold, following the framework of the swing high is being respected, swing is bearish, internal has now shifted bearish, waiting for a internal pullback back into the range, continuation targeting immediate internal low. That's the weak internal low. So on GBP USD, can start with now the daily time frame. Sorry. So swing still bullish, internal also consider that a bullish pullback. We are now demand, but following the immediate fractal order flow, it's very bearish. You can see that. I want to see price taking that these immediate weak lows. They are relatively equal lows, meaning liquidity lying there. Price has now pulled back to this flip supply area, sweeping enough liquidity, and now you can see we're starting to have a reaction to the downside, showing now price is now ready to target now that relatively equal lows. So yeah, on 4H much clear. You can see the swing is bullish, internal is bearish. We've been having internal pullback, tap into now that supply zone, led to now order flow shifting bearish, pile up. We had that sweep, giving us now another bearish fractal break of structure, same narrative pullback, liquidating all of that buy side liquidity, tapping into supply, and now we can see order flow starting to shift bearish, and now we can want to see that one to target now the weak internal low, and also a zone of relatively equal lows. So yeah, 4H has confirmed the change of character. You can see this was an inside bar. The inside bar has now been taken, confirming 4H choke. So with the 4H choke in line, we have also, price has also created a clear flip zone with also another flip zone in front of it. So I'm interested in this extreme flip zone, since this immediate flip zone doesn't have inducements in front of it, so I'm expecting this to be used as now the inducement. So yeah, so I want price to take the immediate flip zone as the inducement, mitigating now the extreme flip zone for continuation. So yeah, so for today, yeah, this is now the zone I'm interested in. It's aligned perfectly with now the Asian high. So yeah, order flow heavily bearish. That's the internal hasn't shifted, but you can see fractal very bearish. So want to see that one pull back into the zone, then now change of character, execute sales there, targeting now Shan low and also the immediate internal low. So, or if even we get to break and close below that zone, confirming internal bearish, now I can wait for that pullback into the zone to now target the weak internal. So those are the two possible scenarios. On EU, same scenario, internal now has shifted bearish. They are confirming now this is now the strong internal high, just waiting for pullback back into this area of supply to now continue playing the shots. So both EU, GU and gold shots are high probability for today. And let me refine this 4H zone. Price has now pulled back into that refined zone there. And also price has now confirmed a change of character there. That's the 4H change of character. So the zone I'm interested in for the shorts is now this, that zone there. So confirm this is now the zone I'm interested for the shorts. So I want to see the pullback back into the zone before considering more shots. Same scenario, I think, on the daily, the flipper supply zone is now rejecting price, showing now price is about to target now this week fractal low. So yeah, and the 4H zone now align with now the 15 order flow, very clear. I want to see now pull back into now this range, clear order flow shift. That's my I wait for change of character and now target all of the sell side liquidity. And if you match over swing trader, you can now hold it to target the week swing low. So yeah, that's all for today. I wait for the session open, wait for clear inducement back into PI mitigation. We using LTF entry model confirmation now to execute the shots. So yeah, bye bye, see you into the session.